And
Hey,
hello,
Freda.
you guys.
Hey, Frida.
Hello.
Really enjoyed Fear Street. What I've seen of it, I haven't seen all of it, but you're all involved in one way or another in some very sort of gory moments, which made me wonder whether you were horror fans and whether you're scared easily. What about you, Darrell?
Frida, I'm not the biggest horror fan, and I don't think I get scared easily. Like a part of me has died inside that allows me to be afraid of things. But I can like I do enjoy watching like I think maybe thrillers are like what I consider to be horror films, sort of being like on the edge of your seat and like anticipating what's happening next. Because I'm not really afraid of like monsters that I can see. I'm more afraid of the stuff that I can't see or like the psychological, horror films or thrillers. So it's not necessarily like big monster stuff or like slasher films that I find those kind of funny. But not I'm not really afraid of them.
It's the stuff that plays on your mind. What about you,
Yeah,
Gillian? What about you,
Oh,
Gillian?
as Daryl was giving that answer, I was like, oh yeah, I was a huge like Sherlock Holmes fan as a kid. I read like all of Sherlock Holmes. And I love the movie Zodiac.
Mm,
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Alfred Hitchcock movies when I was little. Um, and so those were the movies I watched more than classic horror movies.
Hmm.
So all of this for you, of course, is an awful long way from playing Britta in Community.
Is it though?
Um,
We had action. We had little action movies
it
and
had
we had
its
a
moments.
zombie. Yeah.
Now, having seen you in this, I've got to ask you: are we going to be seeing you in a Community movie?
Oh, I hope so. I would love to do that. That would be great if we got to do that someday.
It would be fantastic. I'm not going to disagree with you. But in Fear Street, there's very much a sort of David Bowie theme with your very tortured character, I've got to say. I mean, your dog's called Major Tom, for example. Are you a bit of a David Bowie fan, or did you become one as a result of playing this part?
Okay, here's my other sad confession to you is that I very rarely listen to music. So I'm really behind and I'm going to take this day as, the inspiration and the push to listen to more. But I find myself listening to like podcasts a lot and not a lot of music, but I'm going to rectify that.
Between you and me, I'm the same. Now, Ash, you are, of course, literally the good guy, aren't you, in this? You really are. And of course, we'll be seeing you as Robert Langdon in The Lost Symbol as well. So I wondered what the appeal was of playing the nice guy, or do you actually really prefer to play somebody a bit darker, like in Succession?
Wow. I, you know, I really, it's funny. I don't really see characters when they're put in front of me as light or dark. I, I just sort of try to figure out what's going on for them. And I think in that way, all those three characters you mentioned are entirely different, and they've all got their dark sides and their light sides, and those and always where those two things meet is what's interesting to me. And I think in Fear Street that's definitely there, and that's definitely there underneath the surface.
Interesting to see how good develops as Fear Street goes on, really, because we
Yeah.
haven't seen huge amounts of him. So, and Darrell, actually, your character in the first film, he's sort of just he's in the background all the time, and I'm just wondering how he develops as things go on, without any spoilers, of course.
Frida, I playing in the background. That's how I like life. You play in the background, and then when it's time for you to say something, you say something, and you do something, and you pick up a mop like Martin, and you clean up a floor in front of Gadzooks. It's Frida, it's I think I I think you'll see Martin again. I think you'll see Martin again, and I wouldn't want to
I'm
say
sure we
anything.
will.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything because it's
Oh.
just too good. It's too good, Frida.
we'll just have to wait and see. Guys, it's been
Yes.
lovely talking to you, all of you.
Lovely talking to you.
Likewise.
Really enjoyed Fear Street, so wish you lots of luck with it. Thank you very much
Thanks
for your
very
time.
much. Enjoy the rest.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,